Good evening, everyone. I would like to thank the officers for inviting me as their speaker tonight and for this chance of participating in this kind of crusade. I would like to thank God most of all for giving me this opportunity to be your speaker. Brothers and sisters, tonight I would like to invite your ears and your attention for our topic tonight. Tonight I've seen important things that would help us realize and would help us to focus our attention of this new program that we have now. Facebook has been influencing people a lot throughout the world, isn't it right? Many have enjoyed the services and benefits of this, but many also have been led to forget God due to too much use of this Facebook. The idea have come up of adopting Facebook online, and it is called Face the Book. A project that would influence us spiritually and would uplift ourselves once again to work with His vineyard as workers of truth that would face the world and say, Maranatha, Jesus is coming soon.
Amen.
Face has corresponding meaning. F stands for faith. A stands for availability. C, connection. And E, for evangelism. These things remind me of the second book that has been ruined because of sin. You know what is it? It's the nature. The chaotic environment we are now is the result of broken bond that was caused by the entrance of sin to the world. We have no choice, isn't it? Now, what we're going to do is just to face, rather than turning our back to what is happening in our time today. What can we see from the book that God has created for us? We see chaos, we see calamities, tragedies, killings, adulteries, sickness, death, and even more. People are in great panic of the different effects of sin. All these things we can see from the book we are in now. The book that originally created, perfect, becomes a book of sorrow and distress. But there is a great challenge for us. Today, that despite these tragic things that happen, we need to face the book. We need faith, availability, connection, and evangelism to save those people who are in the peril of sin. Those who are unaware that there is a perfect place that God has created for us. A place that there is no sorrow and sadness. A place where there is joy, eternal joy. The next question is, how are we going to face the world? Or how are we going to save others who are still in the bondage of sin? I would like to ask everyone, are you ready to do God's work? Or are we ready to do the mission that God has entrusted in our shoulders? When God asked Moses to deliver the people of Israel out of Egypt, he said, I'm not yet ready. But God knows in his heart, that he is much more ready.
Amen.
This is the same for us today. We may think that we are not yet ready, but God knows in our heart that we are ready. Sometimes fear will reign in our hearts that would hinder us to work for Him. There are two questions for us to ponder upon. Number one, are the messages true? Or are we telling the true message? Second question, are they necessary? Or the message we're bringing is necessary? The answer to the two questions are all yes. Our message is true, and that we can just keep it within ourselves, but tell the truth to the people. Because of this, we can save people from sin. This is a true message, and this is necessary for us to do for the salvation of man. We all want to go to heaven, right?
Right.
Can we afford to leave our friends behind because we are afraid of not telling them the truth?
No.
I'm sure you and I can stand to see our friends not hearing the truth. Because by telling them, they too can have the privilege to go to heaven with us.
Amen.
My topic tonight is entitled Community Evangelism. Remember, brothers, it's just an introduction. Now, we will go to the main topic, Community Evangelism. Extended mission, worldwide intercultural mission. What is evangelism? Do you have any idea of what is evangelism? It's up to you to answer. Now, are we ready to do evangelism? It's up to you to answer also. But before that, let's look at ourselves if we are ready to do the mission that God has given to us. Let's look at ourselves if we have the traits of a true Christian, so that we could be effective in doing community service or community evangelism. Sometimes we Christians, we tend to claim that we are true followers of Jesus, isn't it? The question is, do we have the traits of a true Christian or a true Christian follower? Do you? Now I will give you 5 traits of a true follower that will help us. If you don't have this trait, maybe this time, this would be your privilege to be one of these, to acquire this kind of traits. Number 1, true followers are proactive. Let's go back to the life of the Israelites. The Israelites were growing restless, waiting for Moses to return from Mount Sinai. So they approached Aaron, that is found in Exodus 32, 1-4. Then what happened? When followers evade responsibility, there is always trouble, isn't it? Good followers are proactive. And when they see the situation brewing, they head off before a crisis occurs. Aaron was a godless follower. So, that was a great mistake that Aaron has done. He didn't stand for Moses, and certainly he didn't stand for God. When Moses returned to the camp and saw what was going on, he did more than shatter the tablets of stone and destroy the golden calf. And he confronted Aaron, that is found in Exodus 32, 21-24. As a follower, Aaron shrank his responsibility and failed to exert the true influence that could have exerted a tragedy. Brothers and sisters, as followers, sometimes we fail to recognize the weight of the responsibility that rests on them, on us. Every member of the church, you and I, we recognize. Sometimes we fail to recognize the weight of responsibility that was given to us. As followers, we must understand the weight of our words and the importance of our influence. A good follower is proactive, and in the case of Aaron, his inability to defuse the situation lead to shame and destruction for God's people. What is the need of our time today? That we should be proactive. See the people around us. They don't feel the love that Jesus gave to all of us. Can we afford just to see them and not recognizing the Creator of this universe? Brothers and sisters, we should be proactive in doing God's work. Let's have the initiative to perform God's duty to save the people from the peril of sin.